Hey guys, welcome to this Friday's episode of Inside Irish Dancing with Ethan Frank. We have a super exciting guest today, so I'll wait till she joins. But beforehand, I just want to remind you guys that it is our last week to enter for Go Irish Dance. So make sure to get your entries in and have some fun. So I'm going to add our guest for today. She should be joining right now. See if it's working. Hi! I'm here with the amazing Catherine, who is a national champion. So if you want to take a minute to introduce yourself, you totally can.
Sure. So my name's Catherine Hoare, and I dance for Goggim Carroll in Eastern Canada, and I'm U18.
Awesome. So I just want to let everyone know that if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send in a question and we'll get to them at the end. So my first question for you right now, I know, especially in Canada, you guys aren't, really doing a lot. It's very strict with COVID. How are you dealing with all of that and balancing, your life?
So personally, I'm just trying to do my part to stay safe, and most of my family's actually essential. So that means that they're very exposed. So I just try to stay as safe as I can to protect them.
That's awesome. I mean, I think, and especially coming from a dancer's perspective, who is, for you, you're around so many essential workers. I just think that it's probably a little more difficult than some other people who've had it, but you're a trooper, so that's amazing.
Thank you.
So how did it feel to win nationals?
It was such an amazing feeling. Like, it's almost indescribable because it was just like such happiness in a single moment, and it made all of the sacrifices and late practices and everything so worth it.
And with that, what is your biggest accomplishment in your competitive career and why is it so important to you?
Results wise, I would definitely say nationals. But from a personal perspective, the last world, I was actually dancing on a sprained ankle, and I couldn't even dance until I was in the practice room at Worlds. So being able to like get up on stage and just do what I love was a huge personal accomplishment for me.
That's insane. I could not imagine doing that. That's so crazy. Um, so what has been a difficult moment for you?
Nationals in New Orleans was a very difficult moment for me. I just felt so prepared, and I thought I had a really good dance day, and the judges didn't see that. And unfortunately, that's the hard part about Irish dancing, is that like it's all the judges' opinion. So that was really hard for me.
I totally agree. It always can be difficult, but at least in the end, it's paid off for you.
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you think has improved in your dancing because of the pandemic?
Definitely basics. Again, like with Irish dancing, we're so fast and like go, go, go that it's been nice to just take a second and go back to the basics and everything like that.
I could not agree more. I could not agree more. Um, so who are some of your biggest inspirations, dance, non-dance, whoever?
Definitely my teachers. Every single one of them are so amazing, and they inspire me both in and out of the studio to be the very best version of myself that I can be.
That's amazing. That's so, and I think, everyone who I've talked to on here always mentions their teachers because, it is our hard work and dancers' hard work, but really at the end of the day, no dancer would be where they are without their teacher. And so I think it's so important to see, how each teacher has their own unique perspective and has brought, their own dancer to where they are today.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, they're with us doing all the same hours in the studio and pushing us and doing everything like that. So they're such an important part of my life.
Yes, totally. Okay. And so with that, what are some of your goals and dreams that you're currently working on right now?
Currently I'm just kind of dancing because I love it, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I'm just trying to like set personal goals for myself throughout the like pandemic and everything.
Yes. Okay. Now with the pandemic, this is kind of a difficult question and you can touch on it in any way you would like. But recently there's been a lot of conversation about mental health in Irish dancing. And I feel like a lot of people have been very vocal about, their struggles and pushing through. What is your advice with people maybe struggling right now? And what is your opinion on mental health and Irish dancing?
So mental health is a huge part of Irish dancing. Like I said before, it's a very opinionated sport. So you have to make sure that you really believe in yourself and what you're doing. So advice I would give would just to be remembering why you started. Remember why you love it, why you've stayed with it so far, and focus on that.
Totally. And then kind of similar question, but for those dancers who are still completely in lockdown, kind of similar to you, or even more in lockdown, what are your advice to them to keep them motivated?
I would just say to remember that everyone's in the same situation. Like the world is shut down right now. So just control what you can control because a lockdown and a quarantine we can't control. So just do what you can.
Yes, totally. And then this question, I think I've found the most interesting responses from every amazing dancer who I've talked to so far. But everyone always talks about, when you see someone post, if they won the Worlds or won the Nationals or won a fesh, anything, they talk about, their friends, their family, and their teachers, that support system that is really there for them. How important is that support system to you? And how important do you think it is in dancing? And who is your support system?
My support system is everything to me, if I'm being perfectly honest, because they're with me through every single step of my career, and they have been since I was 4. So they are a huge, huge part of my life and a part of my dance career, and they're just so important.
Yes, I think that's amazing. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. There's a few I saw down here, so let's see. Okay, so Clara wants to know, what did you do to get to where you are now?
I focus on myself, and I've tried to be the best version of myself that I can be every single time I step onto the stage or the studio floor, and just to remember that you can only do as much as you want to. So just always try to push yourself.
And I think that's so inspiring because I think so many people get caught up in the worrying about their competitors or worrying about the other factors when at the end of the day, you can only control yourself, and you're living proof that focusing on yourself brings you success. So I think that is amazing.
Thank you.
Let's see if we have any other questions. I think that's it. Thank you so much. I think your advice has been so helpful to everyone, especially from the perspective of someone who's still in lockdown. You're the first person who I've talked to who's, still in a very strict situation. And I'm wishing the best. And I hope that things will get better soon so you can be out and dancing and, it can be normal. And yeah, so thank you so much for sitting down with me today. Oh, wait, we have one more question. Okay, we'll do one more question. Any tips on how to keep your feet out and hands in?
So hands in, I actually tell this to the girls that I teach and the boys that I teach, but squeezing your hand like stiffens up your whole arm. So I find that really helps. Keeping your feet out is something that I constantly work towards, and I just try to constantly think about it when I'm dancing. Like every single thing that I do, I just think feet out, feet out, feet out. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, the amazing Catherine Hoare, national champion. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm wishing you the best in the future. Of course, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.